Tonight's gonna be a good night. Tonight's gonna be a good night. Tonight's gonna be a good night. Tonight, let's spin it up. I got my money. Let's spin it up. Go out and smash it. Oh my God. Jump off the sofa. Let's kick it. Hey, so good to have you in the car.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Nice
Hey guys, welcome to the Carpool Honcho once again, and our special guest this week, the legend, the man, the champion, the inspiration, Greg Fritelli.
Fratelli. How do you say that?
Sì, Fritelli.
Sì, Fratelli.
Fritelli, bene, molto bene.
So you're South African Italian, eh?
Sì. Said now a Kiwi as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
what a blend.
Yeah. We are going to have an incredible time in our car today. But before we go any further, we want to say a big thank you to our amazing sponsors.
Thanks, guys.
Today's podcast is driven by our friends at Albany Toyota.
And we are fed by our mates at Sal's Pizza.
And our tunes are brought to you from The Sound Store. Well, today we're highlighting our friends at Sal's Pizza. Thank you, guys. It's so good to have you in the car today, Greg.
Cheers, nice to be here.
Absolutely flipping awesome.
Cheers.
So you've obviously been leading a leading insurance broker business in our local area, Business North Harbour.
Yep.
You and I were on the Business North Harbour board together in my flying feet.
I remember.
Yeah, man. I was there for like
I
2 weeks. No, I mean,
2 minutes. No, he did a
2-minute man, he gets a 2-minute score.
No, he did a good job.
No,
you're on the board. Thank you.
You've served our business community in such a rich way. We want to thank you for that.
Cheers, no,
But
thank you.
yeah, so tell us a little bit about ILG Rothbury and what you guys deliver to your customers.
Yeah, cheers, Dean. Thanks. ILG started in 2003 on the North Shore, proudly North Shore.
Really?
Our mantra has been to be the best insurance broker in the whole world, right
In the
here
whole
on the North
world.
Shore.
On the
And
island,
if you say it often enough,
World
then,
famous, right here
there
on the
you
North
go.
Shore.
Say it often enough, you get to believe it.
I hear it every
And,
week. It's
yeah.
great. I do believe it.
Yeah, and it's just a wonderful place to do business on the North Shore. Wonderful customers. We do venture across the bridge when we need to. Got some great customers over there as well. And just taken pride in our local community and done what we can to help people live better lives and looking after their assets and their everything, really.
Yeah, so just list out sort of the main insurances that you take, or is it the full suite?
Yeah, it is the full suite. I guess when I started the business, the whole goal of it was to be able to have everything under one roof. You know, when I first saw customers, it was purely life insurance and income protection, and did quite a good job with them. And the customer said, "Gee, Greg, couldn't you do my home and contents as well? Because I've got this with the bank and that with someone else." And so I got this concept of just putting everything under one roof. And so now we do. The model has changed from a predominantly life insurance, doing a bit of general insurance.
Yeah.
It's flipped on its head completely.
Wow.
So majority of our revenue now is general insurance, and we do life insurance to help the customers as well.
Wow.
So I know you through a wonderful networking group called Winners. Hey guys, you're a great
Winners. Wide in your
great
network.
bunch.
you
eh?
guys are winners.
Winners, yeah.
But you weren't always an insurance broker, were you? Tell us a bit about that.
Well, like everyone else who gets into insurance, you kind of fall into it.
Yeah.
Lucky enough to have immigrated to this beautiful country 25 years ago. Came over as a PE teacher, taught at Auckland Grammar School for 4 years.
I reckon you'd be a great teacher, eh?
It was fun.
He's got the right
It really was
temperament, I
fun.
reckon.
No, it was
Yeah.
cool. It was really good.
It wasn't making you much money.
No, not at all. I wasn't that good at the preparation and the marking either. I was a K-coach in the cricket and the hockey teams, and that's where I spend most of my time and out in the sports fields. Yep. Did that for 4 years. It was a great time. I talk about that in terms of immigrating to a new country as serving my apprenticeship.
Right.
I really
that's cool.
I learned New Zealand, I guess, from the kids, from the parents.
Yes, true.
If I, looking back now, if I had gone into business straight away, I would have failed.
Wow.
I did not understand the particular New Zealand nuances. Arriving over here, I thought the country was the same. They spoke the same. We played rugby, we drank beer, kind of stuff. But gee whiz, I found out that it's very different. And I guess I should feel sorry for the kids where I did my training at the school.
They were your mentors.
They were. It was a great time. It really was a good time. And yeah, Dean, as you said, running out of money, 3 young children, mum having to be at home to look after kids, single salary, and I looked for an alternative.
Wow.
And
good job, mate.
yeah.
That is such a cool story.
Mate.
Yeah.
And in your spare time, mate, you love motorbikes, I hear?
Yep. Motorcycles.
What sort?
I have stopped riding it now, but spent about 12 years riding those big Harley Davidsons.
Oh, yeah.
Formed a group. I'm quite good at forming groups of things. And formed a group of real bad men. We called out-
what do they call it? The
Yeah.
wild hog kind of motorbike gang?
That was
What
us.
did you call it,
We
mate?
were a bit more scary. We were called the Rusty Nuts.
The rusty nuts.
Oh, no. Did your wife approve of that name?
She did. Yeah.
So
She
you're-
verified it.
Do you guys have patches? Do you have patches?
We do.
Really?
Wow.
Not tattooed, but we got t-shirts and we got the hoodies and
That's cool.
we look the part. Yeah.
So riding a Harley Davidson, you always had a pool of oil in your garage, right?
Not anymore. Not anymore. Those are the Harleys before my time.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, let's jump into our series at the moment, which is really, really relevant for business people, because we all know that the experience of business can be extremely awesome, but also have some really, really hard times. It's kind of like the ups and downs kind of come like waves, right? And so we've got a series called Dealing with Disappointment.
Yeah.
And Greg, we've got a question for you today, and that is, what's the number one secret? And you've done business, you've been there, you've had those experiences. What's the one thing that you do to kind of get lift again when you hit rock bottom?
Sure. Yeah, Dean. I guess before I kind of give my solution, I just got to echo what you said. Running a business is hard. Running a business is really hard. There are ups and downs. And I've always said that anybody who runs a business deserves a gold medal for doing so.
Nice.
And if they happen to make money out of it at the same time, they deserve every dollar that they make.
Or go sell the medal.
Yeah, if they don't, that's true, yeah. But yeah, those ups and downs, they're there, they're real, they every day. I'm at a point of not staying there. So, like when the disappointment hits me, and they're many and come in various forms from all angles, is kind of, the thing that I use is just positive gratitudes. So, and like it sounds quite cliche, or I don't know what the word is, but it really works for me.
Yeah.
So when bad stuff happens, I kind of just think, what have I got to be grateful for? But I don't only think it, I say it to myself. My wife hears me talking to myself in the shower. She thinks I'm mad. I probably am a little bit. So it's just become like a regular feature, and I do it all the time the moment I get some negative thoughts coming into my head.
Because we all have really good things to be grateful for, but I mean, when we hit rock bottom, as we do as business people, it's about how you pull yourself back from there, right?
Yeah.
If we were a fly on the wall in that shower, hopefully a blind fly, what sort of things will we hear you saying?
What a country I've landed in.
Yeah.
How lucky am I to be here?
Yeah.
My 3 kids are all educated and they're living wonderful lives. They've all got 3 partners. I've got to travel 10 minutes to work. That's all. I've got so many customers who value my advice. Sure, I could keep going. I've got a roof over my head. One of the guys who works, I nearly said for me, but with me, because we all work together, he's just had a baby 5 weeks premature. Baby's in hospital. They're getting unbelievable care. His wife is sleeping in hospital every night. Hussein can go and join her whenever he wants to.
Yes.
I mean, we live in a first world country, despite what's going on. That's huge stuff to be grateful for.
Yeah.
So if you look around, There's just heaps of stuff there.
Yeah.
That evidence. You just got to spot it and want to see it.
I wonder sometimes if the flaw of our disappointment is sometimes a false flaw.
I reckon.
You know what I mean? Like when you talk about that, you go, we sort of hit this flaw and we go, man, life sucks. Man, business is bad. But you probably haven't actually really hit rock bottom yet. You know what I mean? And our perception of what is bad, if we were to go to another country or be in someone else's shoes, is not that bad at all.
Is it real? I mean, is it really that bad?
Is it real?
Just have a good look at yourself. Just internally ask, how bad is it? And it's often not that bad. Pick yourself out of it.
I often, because moving to a new country is hard,
Yeah.
and I often anchor myself down to a point, one of my lowest points when actually moving to New Zealand. And I think, well, whatever I'm going through now is not as bad as that. So just get up, boy.
Yeah.
Brush it off.
Yeah.
So there must be a point in your life. Why have you got this whole attitude of gratitude and focusing on the good things in life? What happened to you, Greg? Tell us.
Yeah. I don't know that it was ever one specific thing. I think it's just a coping mechanism that I've developed. You know, listening to people, learning from people, just not wanting to be down, always looking for opportunity. I think also being number 5 of 6 kids in a big kind of Italian household, you kind of get a bit forgotten, left alone to your own devices, 100%, you know, and you just don't get the opportunity to be down.
You just
for
shattered
too
my
long.
dream.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to live in an Italian village with an Italian family. Now you're telling me you get forgotten. Not from the mama.
But as number 5 in the family, you were the one that got spaghetti with no tomato sauce.
All the sauce was gone by then. Yeah.
Bastards.
Yeah. Just trying to bring yourself out of it all the time, looking for opportunity, I guess. Yeah.
So
looking on the bright side.
You mentioned a bit of a time in your life when you felt that there was a really low time in business for you.
Yeah, it happened not long after I started the business. So initially it was all plain sailing, you know, and I was meeting people and doing lots of good sales and growing the business and feeling really good, about helping people. And then the business, I guess, grew just a little bit too quickly. And I had a wonderful opportunity to purchase a book of business, which I did. We mortgaged the house a bit more and purchased this book of business that just turned out to be a complete dud. So I've always prided myself on having a relationship type business. This business had come from a call center based on price and price only, and you know, next moment we just couldn't offer those prices, and people just left us in droves. And it was just awful. It really was. It was close to, probably it was definitely the lowest I've ever been in business.
Wow.
You know, we nearly shut shop. I remember going to, I'll give a plug to my friend Damien at the BNZ at the time, and to pay wages. It's not a sob story, but it's a true story. To pay wages, he refinanced my wife's car. It was a VW Sharon and I had a VW Passat. And we refinanced those cars so we could pay wages for the next 2 fortnights.
That's nerve-wracking, eh? When you have to start to kind of flick those things, you know, over to leverage cash.
Yeah, unbelievable. It was that.
So that was a hard time.
It was a hard time, yep. But one of the best lessons I ever got in business.
Oh, sure.
You know, opened eyes, due diligence. Bigger isn't always better. Made me focus on relationship, selling. I dealt with the disappointment by getting out, meeting more people, selling more. Kind of cash always helps, eh? It really
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit, eh? And just focused on getting out, doing the things that I can do, and just, I guess, sold up large to just get the cash flow back into the business.
You never quite understood that quote, you know, money doesn't make you happy.
But Greg, I know you as a really up-tempo, optimistic, positive, and I also see you giving back to people a lot. I see you mentoring people, so thank you very much for that.
Yeah.
But do you put a lot of your optimism and your positive energy, do you put that to where you are today from where you had pulled back from, because that could not be easy to get out of that hole, right?
Yeah. Yes and no. I mean, it's all just, you know, you are the whole, and it all forms part of it.
Yeah.
I've got a few little mantras that I also have adopted over the years that help me. My dad's one was the best to make decisions. He just said, son, if your values are clear, your decision is easy. And
nice.
whenever I'm in a turmoil, what do my values say? And then you make that decision. And then it's easy, and it helps you to be authentic as well.
Nice.
It's who you are.
Love that.
And that is,
What was your dad's name?
Yeah, Ugo Lorenzo Fritelli.
Oh, Lorenzo.
Wonderful old man.
When did they get to South Africa?
Died he was born 1920, shortly after that.
Wow.
Died age 94 in about 24.
Wow.
Yeah, awesome man. Great
So
man.
if your values
Love
are
him.
clear, your
Decision is easy.
is easy.
I love that.
Yeah.
Right. What else? You see that in a couple.
Yeah, a couple. There's always an alternative. There's always an alternative, and that's kind of got me out of a lot of sticky situations. And it's anywhere there's an alternative. Just hang around and think about it. You'll be in.
So
there'll be an
give us
alternative.
the scenario. You're in a situation and you go.
So well, a customer has met another broker who they like, and after 15 years, they're going to move their business to a new broker. Like, initial reaction is, you know, and
Thank you.
yeah, it is like, you know, and it's a kick in the gut. You've done so much for them. It's a personal relationship. They moved on. There's always an alternative. What industry are they in? Let's go and find someone else in the same industry. We know how we looked after them. We can look after that someone else. Let's go bring on another customer.
Love it.
That's
Always an
cool.
alternative.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Love that.
The key here, everyone listening, is verbalizing gratitude, right? And even positivity in that sense. What you're just saying there with these mantras. Any other mantras?
Yeah. Oh, you put me on the spot now. I'll think of some as we go.
No, that's good. That's
As we
good.
go.
So you've built this habit into your life.
Yep.
And we were talking a little bit before about, you know, recalibrating our neuro pathways, you know, because if you find yourself in a situation where you're kind of always hitting rock bottom and you're always kind of looking down, and that's what you see is what you get. There's another one. Okay? Another one. But what you see is what you get, you know, and if you're always focusing on the disappointments, then you're going to get more of them. Whereas you lift your head up, start to look forward and look ahead, and looking for, you know, by using those gratitudes or those mantras, and you start to verbalize them. I believe you don't even get what you see, you also get what you say. You know, it's such a powerful thing. Like how you talk. So you've begun to recalibrate your neuro pathways to the point where you're not getting as many disappointments, right? That's how it works. That actually is how it works. What positive outcomes have you had in your business since kind of learning to do this and naturally kind of get out of bed each day and just have that verbalization of gratitude?
Well, I think, it's a culture that's inculcated itself into my business because we do it regularly. You know, we would sitting around the Carrera table. So every Thursday, once a week, we get together as a team. We take turns in bringing food into the business, and we bake something up ourselves, and then we just have a chat. One of the things we do there is gratitudes, and we just go around one at a time. What's your gratitude for the week?
Nice.
And you know, so the staff start thinking like that as well. They, you know, and I guess they work out that the disappointments are not that big either, because and there's other stuff to be grateful for. And just having that mindset and getting them to verbalize it just creates an environment of gratitude and of don't sweat the small stuff. It doesn't really matter.
Can I say that what I can see as a positive outcome of being a person with a attitude of gratitude and verbalizing that and bringing that in is that you raise the tide of the boats for everybody, right? What's that saying? You know, that we will raise the water level for everybody in the room, right? So I guess, you know, it's catchy, right?
It is.
You're like this in your business, then suddenly everybody else is starting to have a bit of a different tune in their, a bit of a zing in their step, and a bit of a tune in their voice, and a song, a song to sing, and lifts everybody up, right? And then momentum starts, right? Then your output, your performance peaks,
all of that.
just a little bit better, right?
And it changes the thing. It changes the thinking straight away. Someone's down in the dumps. All of a sudden, they're talking about gratitude. What are you thinking? You're thinking about good stuff.
You're what you
and
think.
one good, 100%. One good thought leads to another good thought, leads to another one. Yeah.
And look, I've spoken to your staff, and your staff thinks so highly of you, but you have been a good leader in that sense. But by having those sessions and focusing on the gratitude, which we also do in our business, it filters through to the clients. There's a knock-on effect, right? So
100%.
everyone will talk about the way you guys are doing business with them, but it starts there at the root and the core in your business.
So brilliant, so brilliant.
Nice.
You have not only, as Rory's rightly saying, your staff think so highly of you. Our business community thinks highly of you, Greg. You have such a great reputation, and that's become because you've mentored, but you've stolen that positivity and that gratitude into other people. Thanks, mate.
Yeah. Pleasure. Absolute pleasure to be part of the community.
Thank you. This has been a cool drive, man.
I've enjoyed it. Enjoyed the
some
car.
time in the car. Yeah. Next time we'll be in your fancy Tesla.
I enjoy that.
Hey, we always try and give back to our listeners a bit, and we would try and give them a couple of tidbits and real good nuggets. So give us a few nuggets that our listeners and Dean and myself can implement in our lives to actually do what you're doing to improve ourselves going forward with this topic.
Sure. Selective amnesia. Just forget the stuff. It doesn't matter. Just forget it.
Oh, yes.
I honestly don't know. People talk about the first lockdown, the second lockdown, the third lockdown. I just remember a lockdown. I don't know which one it was.
Yeah.
And it doesn't freaking matter.
I love that.
So selective amnesia.
Selective amnesia.
Yeah, just
right. We're gonna use that as the promotion for this whole podcast.
I reckon just don't remember.
How do you
just
do
don't
select?
remember.
Come on, help us. How do you actually do
doesn't
this?
matter.
Something's weighing on your mind. It's beating you up. How do you selectively forget it?
I look for the next opportunity.
Right.
That's all I do. So what can I do next? How can I fill my bucket? Filling my bucket is another thing. I had a business coach for a number of years. She was fantastic. She spoke about us having people have their buckets, and she mentioned this, the chest and stomach part of your body. That's your bucket. And she said, you spend time with people, and some of them when you leave, your bucket is just empty. They drain the heck out of you. Other people, you've been with them for 2 minutes or 3 hours, they just keep filling your bucket.
Yes.
Surround yourself with people who fill your bucket.
Come on.
Why do we need bucket emptiers? We don't.
No.
And if you can just spread that, more bucket fillers is what we want to be, and we want to be a bucket filler as well. Yeah.
Listening to others,
Yeah.
100%.
I just want to pick up on that amazing key that you said as you grab hold of another opportunity, the next opportunity, helps you forget about the last one that didn't work out so well.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
It doesn't really matter. Just move on.
That's gold.
Anything else there, Greg?
No, I've enjoyed the ride, guys.
Thank you.
Yep.
That's
Thank
great.
you so much.
Thank you, Dean.
Cheers.
I also got in the shower this morning, showering, and was like, I'm so glad I'm going to be spending time with you two boys.
Yeah.
And I did that naked. I get it. So guys, I just want to highlight the crate this week. Naked Marketing was born there. And I just want to encourage anybody that's starting a business, if you're looking for a good place to find good people, good collaboration, and such a great environment to grow your business, come speak to this man, or Andy, or Tiffany at the front desk. These guys are amazing. So thank you so much, guys.
Love to look after you at thecrate.co.nz. And by the way, how do we find your business?
Yeah.
Rothbury ILG, 76 Paul Matthews Road.
Awesome.
Nice.
Awesome. Paul Matthews Road?
Paul Matthews. I've only been there 20 years. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Is it Paul Matthews Road, Avenue, or Drive?
All right. Google search.
Okay. Google
ILG,
search.
Rothbury.
ILG, you got it. Yep.
And also search Greg Fritelli.
There you go.
What's your middle name?
The world's best insurance broker.
How many middle names do you have?
Boring, just John.
John, I'm also
Greg
John.
After your dad is what?
Ugo Lorenzo.
Lorenzo. Man, you got the shorts to him, right?
Of the 5 kids, you didn't know what to think of next.
Stand by. You ready? You got some?
Okay.
Yes. Wife's middle name?
Deborah.
Best bike in the world.
Harley Davidson.
Worst buy?
First house.
I thought you were going to say it was that business.
Ugliest car in the world.
Fiat Uno.
Favorite food?
Steak, beef steak.
It's an Italian fettuccine, mate. What are you talking
It's not itself.
about?
Hey, it's been great.
Cheers,
Thank
mate.
you, Greg.
Cheers, guys.
Thanks so
Peter.
much. Great
Yeah,
getting the
thank
car,
you,
man.
guys. Cheers. Thank you.
bro.
Thanks for listening.
Cheers.
See you later.
Take care, guys. Thank you.